Yo, what's up, guys? It's Spice Guys TCG here, and today, we're going over cards you should pick up before we have the store credit 8% from TCG Player this Friday, I believe 9 a.m. EST. So, whatever you buy that day, like say you get spend like $100 in cards, you get an $8 back of TCG Player store credit. So we're just going over a ton of One Piece cards today, and we're actually being joined by Wesley Wezaldo, and we'll be talking to him shortly.
Yep, banger video incoming. Hey guys, so here is the collaborative section of our marker watch. So this is gonna help you know what to buy for this coming Friday. And I'm Rex from Spice Guys TCG.
I'm Sormel from Spice Guys TCG.
And I'm Wezaldo or Wesley from Wezaldo or Wesley. Our first card is this Ivankov for UG Luffy. It's been tested a little bit. It's a bit of a gamble, but at $10, it's a little bit of a risky pickup, to be honest, but you don't want to get caught with it at $20 if UG Luffy is one of the super meta decks in the meta, as it is sort of shaping up with that restand event being so strong. At being a 4K makes it really easy to swing with that restand Don leader ability, and then the draw one card every turn on the attack is also pretty strong.
Yeah. I feel like the one Don just to attach to swing is pretty good. I don't know if I'd buy this for like $10, but like I think this definitely does play better into a restand like lethal strategy because the Ivankov is a different name. But also you do have forecast Ivankov in the deck, so I don't know if this card is like better than that Ivankov. Like I don't know, this card, it just seems like too gambly for me, while that Ivankov, like the forecast definitely goes neutral all the time.
As Wes was saying though, there's also like a price gamble too. So as you can see in the right, it's a starter deck card. So right now it's expensive at being 9. So this can, in my eyes, become like $20 if it's a mainstay, or it
Oh
can become
yeah,
like
for sure.
5.
It's ST12. That's a very old one. They have not reprinted at all.
So if you're like, I would only get this in my eyes if I'm like, for sure, I want to main blue green and I want to have all the tech options available.
Yeah.
Next we have the PRBO2 Sabo blocker, which I love this card. It's just a great generic blocker that you can fit into like almost every like black deck that like fills up trash. I will say Yamato, this card could see play in it. Like it was in list before we had all the cards revealed. Now we have all the Wano cards revealed, and those two kids are really good. But I think the deck suffers from aggro, like small body aggro, like UG Luffy or Purple NL. So I feel like because of those matchups, you could still run this card.
Yeah, and there's still a little bit of 2K slots open with Yamato, especially with UG being in the meta. You're probably going to want to run more 2Ks in that scenario. So you could end up cutting something like Ace to even get the deck up to like 14 or even 16 2Ks.
Oh, yeah. I hate that Ace card, honestly, from my playing. Like, I guess it's good against some decks, but like, I don't know. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if we could look at the graph too a little bit, like this has been slowly on the rise for a while, and I believe this is from an EB set, right?
No, PRB, even worse.
PRB, even worse. So at one point, even if you're not getting for Black Yamato, even just picking up like 1 or 2, just so you could have half a playset, would not be the worst idea.
Like, this fits in Emu too, for sure, especially since there's so much low-cost bodies that like your Shirahoshis are basically useless now.
All right, next we got a card near and dear to my heart. This is one of the best red 2Ks. This is Uta 2K. This is from the starter deck with Shanks in it. And this card is used primarily in it's a generic good red one. So it's in Shanks, it's in red Ace. The only problem is that you have to have a 10K body, but especially with like I believe the ACOS, is an ACOS new gate, the one that's coming up?
Yeah, 18 cost 10K.
Yeah. So that's like another example. And they just keep printing out more and more things with like huge stat lines. And if we're seeing the graph, this is not the worst time to buy it. And it was, again, from a starter deck. So I feel pretty happy with this price. If you're paying $11, if you don't want a full send on red, maybe just getting 1 or 2 does not seem like a bad idea.
An alternative is also you could probably find the Shanks starter deck somewhere, either locally. I'm sure you could probably pick it up for like $30. And when you're getting the other cards, maybe for your play sets, or if you're looking to play Shanks, that's especially a better idea because there's some other cards in there that could just be slotted in. There's not a ton, unfortunately. That starter deck was a little bit rough out the gate, but for maybe like $60, you could get your play sets of this plus the other Shanks, which is 100% going to be ran in Shanks this coming meta. It's not a bad idea.
If you want to get your money back, just, trade those Shanks with someone.
I think with the reveal of the Beckman, a lot of cards got like pumped, but that one seemed more of like a fad. I don't want to check every single Shanks card to see if they're all back down. But
So next up is Enel. Enel is at $22 right now, and I remember when everyone was worried that this was going to be $100 super rare, or just like another Katakuri where it's like super expensive. And right now, Enel is 100% going to be like another S tier deck. It's never going to leave the meta until it gets power crept probably at this point. And me personally,
No, they got a ban, Loki.
Low-key. Yeah.
I am fearful of the Gamma Knife pair ban.
I think still,
I
even
go to sleep at night and I have nightmares of it, bro.
even at this point, like if they do that, this card is still like kind of bonkers. So definitely worth getting picked up at this point. Like look at this huge drop. And even me personally, I'm like an A tier deck player. I'm like starting to lean more and more towards playing NL just because of how strong it is.
Literally just beats everything, and like, you just hope to dodge your bad matchup, and even then, it's still winnable if you're a good player.
Yeah, so I know for some of the other ones, I was like, just get one or two. I can very much see this one. Like, if you want to play an L, I would just stop waiting and just pull the trigger now. Like, if you want to play an L while it's still meta relevant,
Deck is literally
perhaps
cheaper
go to
than 150, and that's like a pretty good price for like a top like S tier deck.
Yep, and this is the most expensive part, I believe. I don't know how much Reijus. I think Reijus are less.
Probably a few
Laws
bucks
are
each.
less. Yeah, so I think this is probably the most expensive part.
Gamma Knife. So, this card is very cheap. I mean, people are worried that it either gets fully banned or gets pair banned with NL. I mean, I still think it's worth picking up a playset. I mean, this card is just, I think a purple staple. And if we keep getting with power creep, this card is just going to be like free. Like in Penel, this is basically a free card. Like this is probably want to say the best power reduction in the game right now, just because of all the stuff you can do with it in purple NL. I think people might also run this in like Rosanante because it's searchable with like Heart Pirate Searcher, and it can combo with they're running Mama now, and it can also like combo it with the Sakazuki and just that like crazy reduction.
Yeah, Rosy lists are looking a lot like Nami, where it's just they're putting in a lot of just generically good purple cards into them. All right, time for Borsalino, the most hated card of the entire set for me, and I think for a lot of people. But unlike a lot of other yellow staples that we've had to endure in this game, this is a pretty reasonable price point. So $18 for probably one of the best SRs, and dare I say, the entire game. Seems good to me.
Yeah, and
I feel like there's nothing much to say.
Exactly,
It's not
it's
a
like
huge
it's so
amount to say.
broken.
Being
It's just
like
a perfect
two
card.
life heal and a blocker just means you get like essentially 2 infinite counters if you're thinking about it like that. Like you can block. I mean, there's ways to get around blockers at this point in the game, but like if you think about it as in taking 2 hits from your opponent, this is just such a strong late game play. There's no reason not to get it.
If
You're gonna
even
be...
like your opponent has unblockable, like you still got a life. Like they're not gonna be able to. They need double unblockable at that point, right? Like, it's just so good.
I said like when I went to bed, right? I have a nightmare of the pair band between like Gamma Knife and an L. My second nightmare is any yellow player putting double Borsalino on their playmat.
Yep.
It's so good. It's just game winning. It's literally just game winning.
All right, Wiper, bonkers card. I got pretty lucky and got the alt art from somebody like the day before it started to spike up. Really good into just the general meta right now. It's good into UG Luffy. It's good into Teach to get rid of those 1 costs before you start playing anything else or swinging. It's really good into Purple NL just to clear out win the 1 cost war, as people say. And it's essentially a 5 cost 7k with counter because of that activate main. Yep. Every turn you're just going to attach it to itself unless you're playing like Sky Luffy.
Or Calgara. Don't put disrespect.
Oh, true. Calgara. I have that deck built right now.
W.
This card is like it's just insane. It's just minus 10k to the board and then kill all the 0 power. Like that's crazy to me. It lets you trade also really good into your enemy's board. Very helpful for the OP16 meta, as Wesley said. And I was literally glazing this card like a few weeks ago. If you guys were watching the Spice Guys like last market watch, I literally was telling people to pick this up.
Yeah. So like Somo said that we talked about this before. It is just so good because not just the Nell, like Girl and Nami, this also kills, right? Because it just reduces and then kills a 0, right? So Girl and Nami, Blackbeard shit, like all of it. Bye. So
yeah, UG Luffy.
UG Luffy, it's just so versatile.
Oh, this is the goat removal card, Jozu. I mean, just gonna probably be a blue staple until it's rotated, and even when it's rotated, it's probably gonna be played in extra grand battles. know. I think right now the reason to pick this up is if you want to play Blue Buggy, because the leader effect, you know, basically reads as when one of your bodies gets removed as any of you down on leader, then you get to play out a 6k body that can become a blocker with the right cards on the field. So Jozu basically just lets you bounce some chump guy on your field and then remove like your opponent's tempo plays, and then you get to also play out another 6k body. Very good pickup.
Yeah, I mean, it was played in Ace, it was played in Boa, it was played in so many things before, it'll be played in so many things after. So
Like they can play it in Nami too.
Nami too, yep. Next, we have an Eternal All-Star. We have a round table. So this one is the premier power reduction removal. And a lot of the reason why power reduction keeps seeing more and more of a rise is because Bandai don't want things to be KO'd anymore. So a lot of the cards now that used to read like cannot be KO'd are now reading cannot be removed by the field by effects. So if a card cannot be removed by effects, the only way is combat. And one of the best ways of doing combat is round table.
Yeah, if you're going to be playing any, and I mean any, extra regulation format, this is 100% something you should pick up. Red is going to be strong in it for 2-colored decks, and no reason not to play it in any red deck.
I saw Ace players and RG Luffy players running it at my extra grand battles because, you know, it's really helpful for like dealing with a sideways Newgate or like purple NL's 10k bodies that are the, like what Rex was saying, cannot be ruined by effects.
Next up is, I'm going to call it Light Sword because I'm not qualified to even try to pronounce that. Really good into, similarly to Wiper, blue-green Luffy, purple NL, and even better, honestly, into the Teach matchup, just because it does let you bottom deck the cards instead of KOing them. So your opponent doesn't get the benefit of those 1-drops being KO'd, and those 1-drops do not go to trash, so they can't be put into life by something like the 6-drop? I can't remember. The 6-drop
Are you talking
8K.
about the heal, the Shiryu?
Yeah, the Shiryu. So it gets around that a lot better than the Wiper, honestly. So I'd say this
Also,
is like...
all their on KOs are like draw one because like to help, you know, mitigate your leader effects like trash one. So now they're just going down in hand size when you bottom them.
Mm-hmm. And there's also like 12 printings of this card for some reason. Maybe to counter all the 1-drop decks now coming out. So you should be able to pick it up for cheap. Or if you want to bling out your deck, there's like a $7 foiled alt art right now.
$7? Bro, it was like $3 when I shared it
That's so
earlier
crazy.
today.
But yeah, for
Wild.
3 cents, you shouldn't have a problem getting at least this from this video.
Yeah, this card has literally been reprinted in like every PRB set.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is the GOAT, Rayleigh. I just think, yeah, it's like definitely potential just yellow staple going forward. I mean, the fact that he can kill a 7k base power, that's crazy. Like I remember back in OP13, you know, or OP14 trying like Boa out and then trying it against like Red Black Sabo and stuff, and it's like you hit their like 6-cost 7k blocker and like that's crazy. And I don't know, it's just very good against like Reiju and NL and whatnot. Like definitely a card that I think we'll see more play depending on how the meta shifts.
Yes, that's so much Megumi, bro.
Potential card. I don't
So
know. I
much.
feel like the card is very good. It's just you mostly want it from trigger now because honestly, when you're playing on plays, you mostly want to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another card that's just a couple of cents. There's not much to talk about. It's just one of the best searchers in the game, just straight up. The only requirement is that the leader that you're playing is Sabo, Ace, or Luffy. And if it is, I don't think there's a single reason to not have this at a 4 of.
Especially with all of the new starter decks coming out, the Gear 5 Luffy and the Sabo, like that is just, may as well pick them up before they bounce up to like 50 cents. Or like with the Onami, if you remember in OP, the OP6 Onami was like $8 at one point for some reason. But yeah, great time to pick it up, especially at this price, because as you see, it keeps bouncing. Kind of also a starter deck card is this Garp.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's because Kuzan's getting a starter deck, and most likely, I mean, they don't really reprint SRs for the deck. So if the support is really good, then we'll definitely see this price like surpass $1 for sure, and maybe even more, because you know it's from OP12. Some of those cards are still like weirdly priced. I think like Green Piranha is like probably still weirdly priced, but I think Garp's probably a safe pickup for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good SR for a deck that's getting a starter deck, and it's sub 50 cents. I would do more thinking than that.
Next up is this Pudding. We're going to get into some of the alt arts for the starter deck. All of these do have base printings, which should be pretty affordable to pick up right now. This is a PRB02 card, and you will notice that the PRB02 cards are a little bit more expensive than the other ones just because they're so hard to get. But for this next segment, it's all going to be starter deck cards. So keep in mind that you can always pick them up in the base printing instead of paying a price like this. You can see the pudding has been climbing a lot recently with the excitement of the new Katakuri deck coming out. I'm a huge Koker for Katakuri, so I think this card is just what the starter deck's going to be built around, honestly. The 6k to 8k stat line is really strong. Typically it's going to be an 8k, but there could be like a 6k that comes out that has just a super impactful effect. And the 8k plays out things like the restand Katakuri. And at $32, it's not bad, especially if it's going to become a staple of a deck that has so much potential.
Megumi
So much
deck.
Megumi. And it's just like what you said, right? Like it's a PRBO2 card, so it's likely usually when these things go up, it takes a
It's gonna be
long
a
time to go
$70
down.
alt, bro.
Yeah, it usually goes up very easily and it does not go down easily. Anything with PRB, EB, if you're seeing like not OP in front of it, you're usually in trouble.
Now we get to 3-cost pudding. This is, more nonchalant, price line. Just definitely a staple in like, purple kata, can, also good in like pudding. And I mean, to be honest, it's like a generically pretty good purple card. Like if your leader ever, says like Dawn -1 or something, like this is definitely worth running in those decks. Like cheap alt. There's other printings of it. Like you can, of course, you can get the cheaper one, but there's like I believe a store treasure cup or something version that's like decently cool.
Yeah, the store one I believe is 40, and there's a full treasure cup one that's like over a K.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Next, we have to round out the Katakuri Megumi section. This is a very special alt, though. From my knowledge, this alt can only have been gotten from a binder given out at Nats of last year. So this alt, that's probably what explains a lot of the bump up. Just like the PRB, it's an alt that's very hard to find. I'd argue that this alt is actually harder to find than the other one. It's just instead of having pudding on it, it has Big Mom. So that's the reason I think, reason why it's not as much. Another one is that I think this was probably like a 2 of, whereas the pudding is probably like a 4 of in most lists.
This also, there's a $5 alt of this 10-cost Big Mom if you're not trying to whale out.
This one's fire, bro. This one has hell aura. Has a whole
This
family.
one is really fire. Like I kind of want one just for the collection.
Katakuri is
Yeah,
like aura farming right here. Like he's not
It's really nice.
nonchalant.
I like the maximalist like styles, like this, like the SP Newgate. When I see like the whole gang, it's so cool.
For the kid starter deck coming out, and a little bit for some other decks that play into the Supernova trait is this Basil Hawkins at $12 and a PRBO2 card. So it's going to get more expensive, especially if the kid starter deck is all that good, or the kid starter deck boosts up another yellow deck that has a lot of potential. This is an absolute like just play it. Your opponent can't remove it from the board without taking a life to trash, and into things like the Purple NL meta where Purple NL is just removing the board. These on KO effects are going to be super duper strong.
Lightning Dragon Victim.
Okay, bro.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no, very good card for sure.
You only have 4 Lightning Dragon. They'll catch up to you eventually. Twin.
No, we have like at least 6 or 7 with senior
Bro.
pay.
You can't let them know. You can't let Bandai know they're listening.
Okay, now we have 7-cost Law, which, also just a good kid card, good gay law card. Also, like, this is a pretty cheap alt. There are, like, other alts, too. Like, I believe that we have a SP from PRB. But, like, I feel like this is a really cheap alt for, like, a very playable card. And cool character, of course.
No, what you say? I think you hit the nail on the head. All right, so this one is Fem Law, Estrogen Law. So this is the secret that heals you. This is also good. By the way, we say Gay Law, that's GY Law, Green Yellow Law. So it's good for that. It's good for Rosinante. And honestly, this is a secret that's sub $20 and it's pretty playable. So I would just, if you're interested in any of the decks that I said or other types,
I mean,
I would probably
especially
get it.
like Rosie is seeing a lot of hype right now because of the Navy stuff. Like I feel like this card can definitely go up, especially not only just because of that, but also because of the starter deck coming out for Yellow Kid.
All right, now one of my favorite cards that I definitely will be picking up when Mayhem happens is this dragon. Being able to play out 2 characters per turn is like one of the strongest ways to kind of be good in this meta, just because of Anel and all that like removal package. And being able to play out a 6 or less, I 100% put my money on there being a 6 or less that this dragon is supposed to play out in the starter deck. That is one of the I am 100% confident in that. And this dragon also has like a more expensive alt that I'm not sure if I like it more. He's like got a little more aura in it, but this one at $10 is just like an automatic pickup. I think I talked about it a little while ago when it was at like 9 or 8. If you go to the 6 month, it was around $9. It's going up in price slowly. It's definitely something you want to think about.
For sure. I feel like Sabo is a deck that can get really strong really fast with like one new card to support. So I think this is a good pickup. And speaking of more Sabo support, there's this the 4 cost blocker Sabo, which the regular is like the promo that you could get from like going to locals in this promo pack. But this is the winter version and it's only $12. Like this is the cheapest alt version for it. There's like an SP as well, but very strong card in the deck. I feel like, I mean, I guess it's only played in the deck, but that's, doesn't really matter much when you want to bling out your Sabo deck. So I feel like very good pickup. It's basically a 7k blocker with your leader effect, and being like above like regular stat lines is definitely good for like current meta and will definitely help you protect against the more low to the ground OP16 meta.
Next is a card near and dear to my heart. So I actually pulled this one and I gave it to one of my friends for a really, really good price, only because I know they love green. Shout out OP16 lover. But this is a treasure rare. So as you know, the treasure rares are really hard. I think it's at most 1 per case, not even guaranteed per case. So it really depends on the treasure rare and on the demand for how much it'll be. So that's why this one is 169. Since it's so rare and it's so hard to pull, it can be way more, but also if the interest falls, it can be way less. This one is more of one that if you're really trying to like high rarity or Zoro deck and want all the options, or if you're a big Zoro fan and just want one for the PC, now would not be, it would be a gamble to buy this one now, I believe.
Yeah, and like as you see, the artist is Anderson, and I've heard the streets calling this the Ander Dingus Zoro, which makes it
Sorry,
worth
what?
even more.
What?
What did you just say, bro?
The artist is Anderson, and people are
Wait,
calling
go
it
to
Ander
Anderson and then
Dingus Zoro.
sorted by the highest prices. 'Cause I've heard this name. I feel like people glazed him a ton.
Oh, that's the Nami artist.
Yeah.
Oh.
And this background.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see why people are fans. They've made some fire art.
Mhm.
Yep. Thank you for joining us for this collaboration, Wesley. Y'all make sure to check out Wesley's channel. Bro's been putting out good content for a while now. We'll be putting his affiliate link in the description. So, if you like him more than us, use his link. If you don't like him, then use ours for sure. And, we hope to collaborate again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Welcome back, guys. So now we are back after the collab, and we're here to talk. So on the other channel, which you'll see in the description, Wes will be talking about some of the cheaper alts to pick up. On our channel, we're going to be talking about the big grails that you can get. So this will give you the highest % of store credit, but also, most expensive, sometimes more volatile, and a lot more money.
It's definitely out of budget for a lot of people right now. Economy is not great.
Yeah, but it's fun. Like if you have the money and you want to invest, this is the time is before OP17 is what
You want to
we're
collect.
saying. Yeah. Collect, yeah, that too.
Yeah, so right now we're seeing promotional material for a new Dodgers game that is, featuring Luffy again. We saw that the Dodgers hat that they gave out last year at the event with the Dodger straw hat is coming back. They're coming back to these events, so people are thinking that the Dodgers Luffy is going to be back at this Dodgers game, but that's speculation, of course, but potentially people might sell their GP Luffy's right now, and you could probably see a little price decrease in them if you want to pull up the TCG player. Right now, it hasn't moved. It's like 2,000. I mean, I don't know if this price is really real, but I think definitely.
It's pretty real.
But this should be. Is it? Yeah.
It was the
Okay.
last time. Oh, this person just snap bought it, and then there hasn't been 1 cent. Also,
Yeah, so-
this is, from what I'm hearing, the most counterfeited One Piece card of all time.
Wow.
Like there are more fakes of this card than there are any other One Piece card.
That makes sense because this card does not have like texture in real life, I believe, or foiling.
Yeah. So I would be exceedingly cautious if you're buying this in person and not at a store. If possible, I would get it verified at a store before you buy it.
Yeah, and like with the price, like the price might be going down soon because of like this Dodgers announcement. So if you see something that's criminally underpriced though, like definitely be sus. I recently tried buying a magazine promo Luffy, like the Japanese red one, and I got sent a fake one. It's super easy to fake because that card has no like texture, and the card they sent me had texture and foiling. So
It was funny. The card
definitely
you got
keep
sent
an
looked a
eye
little
out.
bit better than the original.
Yeah, low-key, it was better, and I got a refund. So I basically got this free counterfeit card that looks better than the real one.
So epic. So the next section we're talking about is all the same one. It's the anniversaries. So what this was for, I believe was one for each. It was like 11
From OP09, right? OP9, OP10, OP11, OP.
12,
Yeah.
13, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, it is,
Yeah,
because
okay.
one that shall not be named is 12. So
Oh yeah, I forgot
yeah,
about that one.
yeah. So this one, as you'll notice, is the most expensive. It doesn't really take too much investigation to figure out why. So, funny story for those who haven't been playing the game for a while. OP11 used to just sit on shelves. Nobody really wanted it. But then the desire for the Luffy kept going up, and now it's at a really ridiculous price. So I wouldn't really advise getting a Luffy at this price.
Just gamble on OP11, Loki, if you have the money.
Yeah. And the one that I would buy, if you do have a lot of money, would be the silver one. So this one is over half the price cheaper. And on top of that, this in person looks gorgeous. I highly recommend, if you're spending over 1K on a card, have an idea of what it looks like in person. You don't want to be buying that shit blind.
If you're at a card show, low-key, high chances you could see this card.
Mhm.
It's it's terrible how you can't see the texture online on like TCGPlayer, but like it's beautiful in person.
Yep. And then next we have the buggy. This is the gold one. As you can see, instantly more affordable than the other ones. And gorgeous in person if you have the pleasure of seeing it. And in my opinion, one of the best silver versions of the four. I think
The three, there's only three.
is. Oh, sorry, yeah, my bad. Of the three emperors. So it's like this one, and then we'll talk about the Shanks one later. And look at this. This is the only one I believe that's under a K. Oh, yeah, it's the only one. It's literally the only one to pick up that's under a K.
I mean,
So-
also Loki, this card is, I mean, might be a little bit playable. People are really trying to run it in the new like Impel down like decks for some reason.
It's Red Rock. It's like the people yearn for Red Rock.
People do yearn for Red Rock.
They yearn. All right, next we have another gorgeous gold. This one looks really nice. Kind of the same thing to say for the buggy, but I really personally really dislike the silver. I am fine to be flamed in the comments. It's all like a matter of taste, but I really dislike this silver one. The skin tone looks really unsettling in person for me.
Yeah, but you know, the cool card if you want, if you like Shanks. I mean, the gold isn't too much more expensive than this, right? It was just like,
Yeah, it is a
Yeah, I mean, like-
played version, but like if you're not grading it, which I also don't.
yeah. I
really
mean, do you
care
want to
for,
scroll down see what like the
the near mints? Yeah, it's
1500? Okay, similar to like the
a little
buggy.
less than, yeah. It's very similar. These two are very similar. So,
Yeah.
well, I mean, again, you got to see these in person, in my opinion. So
Oh,
make your
100%.
make an informed decision, and if you disagree with me, have at it. Have all the silver shanks you want. Next, we have the next one. So, for my friends that are vendors of this game, this is what they're dumping their money into. They're dumping as much money as possible into all of the Treasure Cup regional prizing cards. I just have Songoro here as an example, but especially these like Treasure Cup cards that are sub 1K. So if you're trying to put your money in a place where the vendors themselves are doing a little secret, this is what they're doing.
Bro's got the insider trading knowledge.
The insider trading knowledge from RX Saffron TCG. But
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely
yeah.
seeing the, I don't know, Treasure Cup cards having real hype right now. Like, I believe the Nami, is that top 32 or top, worth around a Yamato cereal.
I heard
Yeah.
someone went X3 and still got a Nami. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, you can go X3 and get $3,000.
Pretty
It's
good.
wild.
So the middling place, so the way that these treasure cups work, so there's these big treasure cups, there's store treasure cups, and usually the price is very different. But there's one exception, is this guy. So this was made for OP13, I believe, in that time frame. And for some reason, they decided to give this the same foiling treatment as a regular treasure cup winning card.
Because, like, I mean, it makes sense because we did see that the East, they had this Sabo, they had the Luffy and the Ace as all his prize cards and this style. So it does make sense. But the thing is, this was a store treasure cup prizing, not like a regular. And, like, we see that I think it might have been a mistake because they, the next store treasure cup they did was with Ace, and they did not give him the same treatment. They just gave him the worst version, the store version.
Yeah, it's still going for like 150, but the usual ones hover between like 40 to like 100. So like 150 isn't like that far up, but these ones are also pretty exclusive because, you know, they're never going to have Store Treasure Cup 2024 again. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Pro-Ana collector, and I think this is one of the better Pro-Ana cards. Like, this card actually looks super sick in person.
yep, for sure. Our next section, we're going to be talking about some mangas. So we specifically chose some mangas that are like have some potential. The ones
And I like
that-
cheaper.
and are cheaper, yeah. So the first one is The Law, and we're a little tardy to the party. As you can see, this is before it all exploded. Now you're going to be pretty hard pressed to be paying sub 500. Yeah, am I right? Yep.
Yeah.
So
You could probably, try to get someone down on like Facebook Marketplace, but it's gonna be hard.
yeah. So this one is a pretty good deal because you're getting a Law, one of the most popular characters in the entire series. Card is decently playable, as you'll see in our collab video. We talked about this card getting an alt style, so not a bad pickup. Anything on Law?
No, it's a good card. If you like the character, I would like, and you have the money, of course. Like, collection piece for sure. I don't know if I'd play with him honestly.
Yeah. Next, we got the Sabo. This is kind of the same deal as the Law. Honestly, if I only could choose one, I would choose the Law because
I would choose the Sabo.
popular. Okay, I guess we're split. I would choose the Law because it's a more popular character and it's cheaper.
I don't know. I'm a fan of the Revolutionary Army. I'm a big Sabo fan. So I'm like pretty biased towards Sabo, and I'm like, this card was super goated back in the day. I mean, I really don't know if he's ever gonna be super playable again because of all the removal protection and stuff. That's just like low-key better than what he has.
Yeah, I feel like he's.
But I don't know.
unfortunately,
This
like,
card just has a
concrete
place in
build.
my heart.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. This is also exceedingly playable, and I think a lot of the reason that and he's pretty popular, like decently. If he comes back in the story, we'll have to see. That's like me.
He's got Shanks level popularity, Loki.
Yeah. I think a lot of the reason why his price is lower is because this is a way more recent manga.
Recent manga, and also like this card was more, I think, when the deck was like super playable. But Mihawk has kind of really fallen out of favor recently.
Yeah. I predict something similar to Nell to happen. As you could see, this was I guess it was like pre-release time. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Do with that info as you will. Okay, this one I was telling. Oh, my voice cracked. This one, before recording, I was telling someone about my conspiracy theory. So if you want to avoid spoilers, skip this section. Someone will have a timestamp when I'm done talking. So if you're all caught up, this is Bonnie is with.
We're talking about like
Crew
manga
right now.
spoilers, basically.
Manga spoilers. She's there in Elbaf too. In the anime too. So she's with the
Oh,
crew right now. My prediction in writing, in written media, is that Bonnie will join the Straw Hats. Bonnie doesn't have a vice captain, doesn't really have a crew anymore. So I think the only logical step for Oda is to make Bonnie Straw Hat. And if Bonnie becomes a Straw Hat,
Bro, I low-key be disagreeing with this take because I think she's like reverted to her like child form and she's with her dad. Like I feel like she should just live a peaceful life with her dad, and not like have to fight,
but bro just
No.
got like Nika form, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that lasted like one page,
Just
like
wait.
she can hold
This
it for a while,
this
but
is
I don't know.
but even like if you don't agree with me, Bonnie is absolutely more of a central part of the story now than she was when this came out, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, actually, this I don't know. The Egghead stuff was already out by the time this came out.
True, but like I guess
Well, this
now,
came out before OP13, which had like the yellow Bonnie stuff, but yeah, like before she was super prominent in Egghead.
plus what I was thinking in
Right.
Egghead was that it would just be like for a small arc, right? But now she's literally on Elbaf. So now it's like how long is this gonna keep going?
W conspiracy.
W conspiracy.
I just think the card is a good card. Like
It's
the
also a
effect
good
is
card.
really good for green.
A staple in Green Yellow Law now, I believe. It's good in a bunch of other decks. It's good. It
Yeah,
just draws
Zoro,
cards.
like
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. You probably run it in like every green deck that can play it.
If you run 6-cost Law, you probably run this.
Yeah.
All right, that was enough conspiracy theory. Welcome back. Next we have thankfully some lower end things. So this comparatively, they're still like super. They're still super expensive, but like compared
This
to
is my
other
Grail.
ones- Yeah. So we were talking in the collab video about the other versions of the alt arts. So it's just like Star Deck's coming. I think we peddled this like 3 times in other market watches. So yeah, not much to say anymore.
I mean, we have playable in Yamato, playable in Sabo, playable in Emu. Good
Mhm.
card, good card.
And for the exact same reason, we have this guy, except this one is a better deal. But the reason it's a better deal is because this can be played in a bunch of other decks, theoretically. This one
Yeah.
is mainly just for red-black Salvo.
Yeah, I just think this card is fire.
Oh, I see what you did there, bro.
It's a little dark humor. You guys wouldn't get it.
And last but not least, we were talking before. We'll see if we agree on this now. But this is one that I was telling Soma, I feel like is the most like FOMO card of the year. Like nobody cared about it at all.
Dog, I got my playset for like $20 like a few years ago.
Nobody cared. And then all of a sudden there was a bunch of videos made with it. And then people were mind controlled into buying
This
it.
is like one of the most artificially pumped cards, I think.
I would not buy this card. There's so
Yeah, I
many
would not buy
better,
it.
nicer cards. And I
The
think
gift collection was literally like $30 and you get 3 promo cards and like there were 12 options. Like this chopper, there's a ton of these choppers out there. Like like I said, I bought a playset for like $20 back in the day and I was like, damn, I'm spending so much on alt spec then, you know? And I really didn't know how good I had it because yeah, I sold some of these for like $60 to pay for like, you know, my purple Enel deck. But like damn, they doubled this. Like I don't know. Crazy. I would not pay like 4 times the price of a gift collection for this. Hell no. Like
yeah, there's a sale
I
for
don't know.
300. So I don't know. I would personally recommend not to buy this. I would just buy a different
Like I
card.
think if you really like Chopper and you really like this art, like $50 max, low key. I mean, unless you have the money to spare, then go ahead.
Exactly. All right. Any other closing thoughts for this, for the shoppers on
I
Friday?
don't know, man. I feel like you know most of our viewers aren't here. I mean, if you're rich enough to be watching till here, you know, congrats on your financial success, I guess.
True. And let me know in the comments what you think about my conspiracy. That took way longer than I thought, but we were just talking about it before recording and I wanted to share it. So I hope you enjoyed it. All right,
Well,
guys.
peace out.